For 5 decades, Gloria Estefan's music has moved the world. This is Let It Loose, a Gloria Este-FAN podcast. The first fan-led show dedicated to her life, legacy, and impact. Lifelong Este-FANs Carlos, Rob, and Wes explore the songs, moments, and stories that made Gloria an icon. If her music changed your life, then welcome home.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Let It Loose. My name is Rob.
I'm Wes.
And I'm Carlos.
And on today's episode, we are taking a deep dive into all things Grammy Awards leading up to this year's Grammy Awards on February 1st.
What a week it's been with this podcast.
You know, it's been a few weeks since we launched our first episode, and the love that we've gotten from everybody has been really exciting. It's been cool to see fans connecting not only with us, but with each other. You see people sharing stories in the comments of our posts and on Facebook, on Instagram. It's been a really cool thing to see fans sort of sharing across countries, across generations. It's been a really cool thing.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. All of the messages that I've received from fans from all over the world, even people that, I haven't spoken to in such a long time, they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you're doing something like this. It's something I've been wanting for so long, and really appreciative of, us putting together a podcast about this amazing career of Gloria that we've been following since we were
I'm glad
kids.
we finally convinced Carlos to do it.
Yes.
Oh my God, I know.
That's
I would be missing out.
It wouldn't be happening if you weren't involved. Come on,
Exactly.
let's get real.
Well, it's definitely generated a lot of excitement. The forum online on Facebook with Conga, sometimes, it gets a little quiet on there, and it has not been quiet at all lately. So to see that, all that excitement is exciting for us, and then to receive the love and support that we have. You guys know, I thought, it was just going to be the three of us talking and, we press record and then it would just be the three of us listening. So
Yes.
the fact that there are people listening and there's an interest is pretty amazing.
And I do have to give a shout out to some of my followers on my Instagram account, that are from the younger generation. They're psyched to hear about her career, and which is really, really awesome. I really appreciate all of the love that I've been receiving over the past few weeks.
Very cool. Guys, can I tell you about my little weekend trip?
Yes, let's hear it.
I decided to take my kids to Disney in Orlando, and there's no way that I'm going to Orlando and not make it a pit stop at Este-FAN
Of
Kitchen.
course.
It's always great. I always enjoy the food there, the entertainment, the ropa vieja. That hands down, that's my favorite food. I can imagine that there's some old lady in the kitchen putting her foot in that ropa vieja because it is just so damn good. And then of course the bacon wrapped sweet plantains. Oh,
I've never
delicious.
had those.
Oh, they're the best.
You have to
Oh my
try
God,
them.
They're the best.
They are so good. They're the best.
Maduros, right?
Yes, maduros. Very good.
That's right.
So every time that I talk to Rob about this, he's like, that you could just buy what is it that you say? The frozen.
Yeah, listen, maduros are hard.
Goya.
Yes, Wes. Though.
Yeah.
Okay, Wes. The maduros are hard to find. Really well aged, right? So the Goya maduros are pretty good when you're like in a pinch. On a weeknight, you make picadillo, make arroz blanco, y ya está. But if you buy the maduros from Goya and you cut up your bacon and wrap it, put a toothpick and bake it at 450 for like 20 minutes, you've got the bacon wrapped maduros, no problem. And the bacon gets crispy.
There's no way in hell.
I promise you.
There's no way in hell that it's going to come out like the ones in the Este-FAN
Okay,
Kitchen.
but I also
no.
make the rest in peace guayaba barbecue sauce that they no longer serve alongside. Because in bongos, they used to serve the guava barbecue sauce, and that was good as, you know what?
Oh, you just said a word. But we're gonna
May
we're
it
gonna
rest
get
in
to
peace.
Take us back.
R.I.P. Oh my God. If you guys go again, this is something that maybe you guys have tried. I've never tried before. It's called the Havana Sampler platter. It has the
I've seen
pork
that.
bites, the golden empanadas. They also serve the bacon wrapped maduros and then the mariquitas. Everything. I don't know if I was starving or if everything was just really, really good or both. But when I tell you that I rolled out of that restaurant, like it was amazing. We ordered the flan. My my girls literally were licking the plate.
Well, that's the best part of flan.
It was so good, so good.
I'm a little bit like Rosie O'Donnell when it comes to flan. I
No,
can't.
no.
I don't know if you guys remember
Yes.
that show that uh I can't think of her
Kathy
name
Griffin,
off the
My
top.
Life on the D
The
List.
D
Yes.
list.
Yes,
Yeah.
where Gloria is trying to feed Rosie O'Donnell flan. That would be me. I can't.
In your
It's a
defense, you
texture
didn't
thing for
grow up
me.
with flan. So
Yeah.
culturally,
Yeah,
it's a weird thing. It's an egg goop, that just happens to set in an oven. I understand that flan is not for all people. It wasn't for me growing up until
yeah,
I was much older.
And it all
yeah,
depends on
yeah,
who's making the flan too, because you have
Hmm.
some
yeah.
people that make it and it's just perfect. The consistency is great. And then you have some others that make it and it's like all gooey and that I can't do. But yeah.
Yeah, my favorites at Este-FAN Kitchen. The last time I was in Orlando, um, for the week, let's just say we were there 3 nights. The lechon
Oh,
asado,
yeah.
that's my favorite. That and vaca frita,
So
by far
good.
my two
Okay,
How
I
about
favorites.
was
you,
gonna say the
Rob?
vaca frita. The vaca frita. First of all, vaca frita is annoying enough to make that I can cook. I cook Cuban food at home. Like I grew up with it. Yada yada yada. But vaca frita is enough of a pain to make that it's what I usually order at a Cuban restaurant because I don't have to fry. I don't have to smell like oil or garlic. I don't have to slice a million onions. Vaca frita is my order when I go out,
See,
and their vaca frita is fantastic.
my go-to is ropa vieja.
No, I have a foolproof ropa vieja that doesn't take too long. So I
Well,
can promise you,
then
but
come over here,
I'll
make us some ropa vieja.
put my pressure cooker on an airplane and
Right.
I'll head over.
Rob, you mentioned bongos, and
Oh my God.
I haven't been to Disney Springs in such a long time. I was so sad to see that the pineapple's no longer there. That
I mean,
made me
listen,
so
So sad.
sad.
it's been years and I'm still on my own little Cuban embargo against the restaurant that's replaced bongos. Okay.
Oh
100%.
man. So one of the cool things about this visit to Stefan Kitchen, coincidentally, the day that I ate at the restaurant, they released a new 3D version of the Raíces vinyl. So I had to get it. I paid an arm and a leg for it, but it was worth it because it's actually really, really pretty. And the actual vinyl is the same color. At least it looks very similar to the Gloria vinyl.
I
That
thought so
blue.
too when I saw that.
Very pretty.
A lot of people ask me questions about that. And how ironic is it that Rob, you're the one that sent us the link, remember? And it was the day that you happened to be going, Carlos, that
It
they
was
Yeah.
dropped
perfect
this. Like
timing.
we had no idea that it was coming out. But people were asking me, what is it, purple? Is it blue? Like the vinyl collectors on my from all over are, for one, psyched that they can actually order it in internationally because the Target version they couldn't order. So they can actually buy this one.
That's true because I saw some fans on Instagram in particular, like Claudine from Brazil, ordered his right away from
I
estefankitchenorlando.com.
was right behind him.
Yeah, so you could purchase the vinyl at a Stefan Kitchen. I think I was actually the very first person to purchase it at the restaurant. And then
That's cool.
as you mentioned, Rob, you could also order it on estefankitchen.com.
A lot of people had trouble with that, and like I got messages from quite a few people because when they went to the website and if you went to shop, it didn't show up.
It doesn't.
So
You actually
it
have to
doesn't.
type in the search, you have to type in. So yes, listeners, if you're looking to order this, you want to make sure to go to the shop or go to the website and do a search. Just put in Raíces and it'll take you right to the vinyl.
And the vinyl collectors like how things are exclusive. And the cool thing about this, yeah, it is a little bit more pricey than the Target version, but I really think it's cool how they made exclusive to a Stefan Kitchen. Like that's the only place or online that you can buy it. They've never done anything like that before that I'm aware of.
But people love vinyl variants. Like the
Uh-huh.
variants thing is so in right now. Taylor Swift had 56 of them
Oh
or
my
something.
gosh. That's a little
Uh,
much, but
I
that's
mean, I'm
cool.
exaggerating,
Yeah.
but it was a high number. But that's the thing now. You could go to Urban Outfitters and get one type. You can go to Target and get another type. Walmart, Amazon. So the fact that Gloria is getting into the vinyl variants game is exciting for you, Wes, a record collector, a vinyl collector especially, to be like, what could be on the horizon as far as variants, as far as re-releases. So it's a cool time. It's an exciting time for
Oh
you.
yeah, for sure.
But now that you mentioned re-release, the Destiny album, this year it's the
Mhm.
30th anniversary. I'm just gonna put it out there, Gloria, if you're listening. I think this is the year to maybe, do something special.
Deluxe edition with some tracks, because as you know, that's one of the most sought after vinyl was one of the most sought after vinyls by collectors was it still is the original Destiny version from like the European release, but Music on Vinyl released Destiny last summer or the summer before.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and that was one of their most requested vinyls because you can actually go to their website and request what you would like to have repressed from the Sony Music catalog, and the person that told me about it said this is one of our most sought after requested albums, and Sony granted them the okay for them to press only 1,000 copies. So that's how that worked. It's not that
Oh,
they have to get the approval from Sony. They can't just choose whatever album that they want.
got it.
Yeah.
Wes, I feel like you have a lot to do behind the scenes with these type of things.
Yeah.
Because I know that you have like, your insiders and you push not only for vinyls, but remixes as well. And I
I
think
could
I
I
think
could
we need
tell
to
that.
do we need to do an episode on remixes because there's a lot of interest there, and I know how hard you've been working on trying to get some remixes
Yeah, there's a good
out
story
there.
behind the remixes that
Yeah.
I could share. Yeah.
So Wes, I think it's time for On This Day in Gloria History.
All right, let's start it off. So, we're going to actually start off by talking about the American Music Awards. So, in this day in Gloria history, 35 years ago, on January the 28th, she made her powerful comeback performance of Coming Out of the Dark after the bus accident. And it was her very first performance on TV. I think it was actually her very first appearance, after the bus accident, which was great. And I remember seeing interviews that she did. I think said something like she was so nervous her knees were knocking. Do you remember hearing that? But
Yeah,
it
she
was a
said that
powerful performance. Yeah.
that they were literally knocking.
Yeah, they were literally knocking. But yeah, 35 years ago. I remember Bon Jovi introduced her, and it was a great performance in the lovely blue dress. I remember the blue dress fondly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which they later recreated for the On Your Feet musical.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm sure
Very
she
cool.
still has that in her archive somewhere or there
In the
in the
vault.
in the vault. Yeah, she once said Emilio keeps everything in the warehouse. So it's like, can we come visit?
We just need the code to the vault, Gloria. Once again, if you're listening, what's the code?
I would just walk around and I wouldn't say a thing. I would just be in awe staring at everything.
Well, are you guys ready to talk all things Grammy?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's dive into the Grammys.
This upcoming weekend, she is nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Traditional Tropical Album. And I mean, she has to walk away with that trophy. It
Has
just,
to.
she has
To
to.
me, it's in the bag. Like I don't know who the nominees are, but there's no competition.
Well, the
But
nominees, the nominees, we have
okay.
Gilberto Santa Rosa, Alain Perez, Grupo Nietzsche, and Ruben Blades. So,
So I stand by what I said.
Oh, that name looks familiar.
No shade.
100% agree with you, but I mean, you have some heavy hitters on here as
Okay.
well. But yeah, I think so. Actually, the cool thing about this nomination, I'm not sure if you guys know this, this is the first time that one of Gloria's albums has been nominated for both a Grammy and a Latin Grammy.
Oh, that's a fun thing. Like the same album.
Same
I
album,
could,
yep.
that's
So
cool.
as you already know, she won the Latin Grammy for Raíces. So now, fingers crossed, she's able to take the quote unquote American Grammy home,
And the same category too. That's cool.
the
Yeah.
same
Best
category.
tropical, best tropical. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very cool.
I don't think that category is going to be on the main telecast. I believe it's going to be in the premiere ceremony, which most times you could stream that on YouTube.
And what's good about those pre-telecast ones is they have a run of show that tells you exactly the order of the awards in which they appear. They more or less give you a timestamp so you can like start tuning in at like 2:30 Eastern time or whatever it is. But they tell you almost exactly when that award is going to happen, so you can sort of not sit through 17 bluegrass nominees, for example.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad that
I
you're
did not.
mentioning this because I didn't know this.
I didn't either. I did not
That's
know
so funny.
this.
We've watched together, but I think it's usually me texting you like it's on right now.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yep. That's exactly how it goes.
if it's helpful to anybody out there, we could probably post a link on our socials on the day of so that people can also tune in while we're tuning in and we can also celebrate together.
Awesome. That'll be great. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Grammy and Latin Grammy.
Mhm.
I feel like when I was doing research, I don't know why I feel like I'm missing something because when we're talking about Grammy wins, just the Grammys, we have 4 Grammy wins.
Mhm.
Latin Grammys, I have 5 Grammy. Well, not me, but Gloria has 5.
Wow.
Yes.
Congrats.
I have 5 Latin Grammys. No.
You're like those bros that are like the sports teams, like we're in the Super Bowl. Like, okay.
I do talk like that sometimes. So if you catch me doing that, like correct me. So
Wait,
between the two, there's 9. I felt like there was with this last Grammy that she won that there should have been 10. Am I off? Am I missing something?
I'm with you. I'm with you. I would have to look back, but I thought we were at 10 as well.
I thought so.
Sorry.
We
There we go. We had no part of this
And meanwhile,
by any means.
I'm co-signing. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, we
we
were.
should have 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, here I have 4 Grammy wins, 4 Grammy nominations, 5 Latin Grammy wins, 9 Latin Grammy nominations. So listeners, if I'm off by one, just let me know or just let us
Yeah.
know because for some reason I really was under the impression that it was 10, unless maybe we're counting the Person of the Year award.
That might be it. That might
I
be
don't
It's a
it.
major one.
Yeah, that was a
which
major one.
maybe that's what it is. As you know, her most recent Latin Grammy win was for Raíces. Her most recent American Grammy. Is that
I
do people say that? Because I feel like when I'm talking to, my family, they're like, a Grammy Americano. Do people
Well, that's like football versus football, like American football.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Look how sporty I am today. Excuse
Yeah, I
me.
like
I
that.
know.
Thanks. I'm knocking
Who
it out
are
of the park.
Yeah.
But I think to call it Grammy versus Latin Grammy is okay. You can
Yeah, I
call
think
it El Grammy Americano if you think that that's helpful to categories. But English Grammy, it's not an English Grammy because
Not in
there's
English,
Spanish
right?
albums usually. So I don't know.
Okay.
Regular Grammy.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right.
she won the regular Grammy for
Yep.
Bemba Colora.
And our first Grammy nomination.
Yeah,
Sure.
because that one.
Anything for You was the first Grammy nomination.
Did you know this?
Yes.
I did not.
I was so surprised. Now, it's been a few years since I learned this, but when I did learn it, I was like, wait a second. I honestly thought that her first Grammy nomination was for Don't Want to Lose You. I feel like they've focused more on that. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that she performed the song during
Yeah.
those Grammy Awards. But yeah, I was really, really surprised that I mean, I'm not surprised that it received a nomination because it's a wonderful song. I never knew about it. I had no idea that the Music of My Heart was nominated
Mhm.
for a Grammy. I think it was Santo Santo was nominated for a Latin Grammy, which I was not aware of.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that one either.
Yeah, it
That's
was pretty
fun.
cool going through the list and seeing, what was nominated, what wasn't, who were the winners for some. I know Wes,
Yeah.
there was, when we're looking back at our notes,
We have to mention this one. Let's Get Loud was nominated for the best dance recording.
it
and
was,
it didn't win.
and it lost out too.
Who Let the Dogs Out? And my comment, I
Oh my
can't
God.
say what my comment was on the notes.
It was Who Let the asterisk dogs out.
Yes. Let's Get Loud is an amazing song. And for that song to win over Let's Get Loud, are you kidding me right now?
That is too
That
far.
song was a moment in time in pop culture.
It was. I
In
mean,
its
it still
fair-
is.
in
I
fairness.
sing that song to the girls, and you know what? They're into it as as if it had just come out.
But the production of Let's Get Loud compared to that, I mean,
I agree.
come on.
It's J-Lo's song. We all know that Gloria wrote the song. I'm so glad that we were able to hear her version when she came out with Miss Little Havana.
It was reworked.
And that she
Yeah.
did it in concert too. We got it
Oh.
live so many times, which is so much
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the first time you heard it? I lost my shit.
I've
I was not expecting her to play that song, and
It was probably we were probably together.
I was in Connecticut.
Me too.
That's
Seriously.
one
Yeah.
that's one that Gloria should have kept for sure. And I think many fans would have well, it's hers, but
Yeah.
that was written for the Gloria album and they
Yeah.
decided against it. Which so here's my question.
Don't do it. Don't
Which
do it.
version is your
No.
favorite?
I appreciate Gloria's version.
Absolutely.
I have to say that J-Lo killed it. She
Yep.
like
Gloria recorded that version. We just haven't heard that version.
We heard a
wh-
great version of it,
We
wait,
did.
but
wait,
it
We
is
wait. Let's backtrack. What do you mean she
So the
recorded that
original
version?
that so I've heard. I mean she's not. We haven't discussed this in person yet. Um, but I was told that Gloria's original version was J-Lo's version.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like they recorded and finished that song for Gloria is what I was told.
we
But
got to do some research on that.
when Gloria comes on,
All
we'll
right.
talk to her about that, right? But
Do you guys remember Gloria's first Grammy win?
of
yes.
course. I mean, I wasn't watching it live, I don't think. It was past my bedtime. But I do remember seeing it a million times after that, and I'm
Yes.
sure my parents taped it for me to watch.
I have it on VHS tape, probably back in my old room and at my parents' house for sure.
Coincidentally, I was just flipping through the channels that evening, and when I flipped to the Grammy telecast, she was performing. She was in the middle of her performance of Mi Tierra, and seeing her win her first Grammy live, I was so happy to have witnessed that, you know. But getting to see John Cicada and Celine Dion present the award, I think it was also Tevin Campbell?
Yeah, that a lot of people may not remember that name. From our generation, they'll remember Tevin Campbell's name, but yeah, Tevin Campbell was
Well,
up
Rob
for
He's
this.
Rob
I
knows.
know him.
Yeah.
He's Powerline, excuse me.
He's
But I can say
Powerline.
I don't know if I know a Tevin Campbell song, but
I know two of them.
Yep.
Eye to eye.
Eye to eye. And what's the other one?
Stand out.
Stand
Duh.
out.
Come on.
I'm gonna have to listen and see. I'm
That's from the Goofy movie.
It's the best movie of all time, Wes. You gotta watch
It
it.
is. It is. But yeah, seeing how excited John Cicada was when she won that Grammy, that was
Yes.
cool. And then
We'll have to get into that story one time. Like the MSM days, like how John Cicada, how that they linked up, which that'll be another episode. But it's a cool backstory that I didn't know until a few years ago.
But also it doesn't go unnoticed to me that somebody somewhere picked John Cicada to give Gloria her first Grammy. Like
They knew that was
all
coming.
Yeah.
absolutely the people who were pairing people together for, first of all, that John Cicada would give her her first Grammy, number one. Number two, this is a devil's advocate question, but it's a question that's come up for me culturally, is I don't know if back then in the early 90s, if the Latin award was necessarily on the telecast usually. I would go to assume, yeah, it's good to research. I would assume that because it was somebody who's had crossover success, who is a name, is recognized, that they either did it for the first time or one of the first few times for this particular album and for this particular winner.
And you think about it, now you're seeing the Bad Bunnies and the Carol G's singing in Spanish on these late night shows and now, the Super Bowl. But our girl was doing it way back when, it wasn't a thing and she made it a thing.
And I'll say, I grew up in the Midwest. There was not many Latinos in the southern part of Ohio where I was. Like you didn't hear Latin music like on the radio. I mean, you didn't even hear it on VH1 that much. I don't remember. I'll say VH1 was at my house all the time. So as you all know how popular VH1 was back in the day with music videos. You never saw a music video in Spanish. I never, maybe like La Bamba. I don't know what year that was, but
Macarena.
that was before Mi Tierra. Up until that point, I mean, Mi Tierra was on air all the time. Nobody had really done that up until that point.
I was too
That's a
poor to
good
have
point.
cable, so I missed all that.
Oh yeah, my VH1 was on in my household. We were a very musical family. I mean, it was on all the time, and they played that music video all the time.
That's how I saw it for the first
Yep.
time,
Yep.
which we talked about before.
I have a question for you guys. We did some research, and we know that she received the Person of the Year, the Latin Grammy Person of the Year in 2008. Has she received, do they have the equivalent? I'm assuming they have the equivalent on the regular Grammy side, right? And if
Yeah.
so, has she received the Person of the Year on that side?
I don't know.
I don't
I don't
think
know.
so.
Yeah. Like a Lifetime Achievement Award? I'm not sure.
So I
Now, for the
guess,
American Music Awards, yes, but not.
right.
It's not the American Music Award. It's not titled that. I can't remember what it was, but I had just put it on my Instagram the other day, because it was the 26th anniversary of her receiving that. No, the American Music Award of Merit. That's what it's called.
Oh, I remember that. That was
Yep.
in 2000, I think, right?
Yep.
2000. All right. So Este-Fans, if by any chance, if you know the answer to that question, hit us up, educate us.
Yes.
And speaking of Person of the Year, back in 2008, they gave her the Latin Grammy Person of the Year award. And what was cool about that were the tribute performances. She had Gianmarco singing to Fotografia, Patti LaBelle singing Coming Out of the Dark, Luis Fonsi and Kenny G did Always Tomorrow, and Nita Nazario sang Mi Tierra, José Feliciano sang Con los años que me quedan, and John Legend, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He came in and sang Music of the Heart. So, I mean, what a tribute.
A fellow Ohioan, I might add.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, John Legend's from like the Dayton area.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
What do you guys think? Do you like it when you hear other people sing Gloria's songs? You know, because
Mm,
we've heard. I can say
uh,
there's only one that I would listen to over and over again, and she kills it. And I have no idea who the name is or what her name is.
oh,
But
see, now I'm curious. Now I want to know.
yeah.
Don't Want to
What
Lose
song?
You, Si Voy a Perderte,
Uh-huh.
the Glee single from the Glee cast.
Oh,
Oh,
That
okay.
yes.
girl killed it.
Amber, is it
Amber
Amber?
Riley?
Amber
That
Riley?
that
Yeah,
girl
from
killed
Glee.
that song.
Okay,
That is
yeah.
the only person I will say, like, because it just sounds odd to me that, because when you've heard these songs millions
I
of
mean,
times.
listen, we live with the songs. We
Yes.
live with these songs kind of as like underscoring our lives or whatever. But not to diminish it, but or whatever. But
Or the artist by any means.
no,
Yeah.
but if I want to listen to a song by my favorite artist, I'm going to listen to the song by my favorite artist.
Yeah.
Having said that, if Kelly Clarkson covers my favorite artist, I'm going to listen to both versions of that song.
I did not take her into consideration now.
No, you did not.
She killed Gloria's song, so I take all of that
She
back.
she did, but
Yeah.
I feel like Kelly is on a whole other playing field. Like I appreciate when John sings her songs or sings
Yeah.
with her. Like that medley, the dysfunctional
Relationship medley.
relationship medley that they
Sure.
did during the Evolution tour.
Hmm.
I I love their voices together. I
Yeah,
think
they're
out of everyone or anyone that she's ever done a duet with, I think their voices just mesh
yep.
and gel so well together.
Yep.
I don't mind when other people sing her song. I won't repeat it most of the times. I won't go back and replay it.
Yeah.
What I do mind is when an artist performs, one of her songs or does a tribute and doesn't know the lyrics. That
Oh.
I have an
Ooh.
issue with.
I don't think I've ever seen any of those. I
Oh,
want to
I'll
necessarily.
I don't think I have either. I don't recall.
But tributes are tricky anyway because like the artist probably finds out relatively last minute. They have to sort of put on this air of like reverence and honoring the person, and they're probably also not as prepared as they should be to perform that song.
And I'm sure
You
they're
know, like
nervous about it too, you know.
yeah,
You're singing in front of a legend.
it's like doing the Our Father in front of the Pope. Like you don't
yeah.
necessarily want to be doing all that stuff. So I get
Let's just
the
say,
nerves of it.
and you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. Where my background singers at?
Got it. Say no more.
So yeah,
It's still cool.
it is cool. It is cool. The only song that, well, prior to Bemba Colorada, song of hers that she's won a Grammy for it was Píntame de Colores, which how did that like I mean it
Which
deserves a Grammy because it's an amazing
that's Latin Grammy.
Latin Grammy.
Yes. Yep.
But still that came out of left field.
Uh-huh.
The fact that it was nominated, especially that it didn't get so much, attention as other singles.
Which thrills me to no end because it's one of my favorite songs ever. And I've said before that Si Señor, Píntame de Colores, Chirriqui Chirri are cousins who go to the same happy hours together. Like they are relatives. So the fact that Píntame de Colores has an accolade like that
Mhm.
makes me very happy as its number one stan.
It's such a feel-good song.
At first, when that album came out, I hate to admit that one was a skip for me for the longest time, but I totally take it's in different consideration now. I love that song.
So, do you guys have a favorite Grammy performance?
Grammy or Latin Grammy?
Grammy or Latin Grammy?
Okay. Then in that case, no brainer, the No Me Dejes de Querer performance from the Latin Grammys.
So good.
To me, oh my God. First, to me, it's one of her most iconic, memorable performances ever. It was reminiscent enough of the music video. Her dancers at the time were fantastic. It was just so cool. It's always great to see Gloria do choreography because like I wasn't really
Yeah.
around for those eras.
Mhm.
And to see her break out into La Rueda was always so much fun. That's one of my favorites ever, Grammy or no Grammy. Like incredible.
That's a good one.
When she came out with Ricky Martin and Celia Cruz for that very first Latin Grammy, that was killer.
Yep.
Incredible. The Tito
Incredible.
Puente medley.
Yep.
Yeah. How
I
about
would
you, Wes?
I would have to say mine has to be Mi Tierra. Like that was such an iconic performance, and for her to be her first win too. That's going to be my favorite.
And I have to say, back then, to dedicate that much time to a Spanish song on American TV was a major deal.
Yep.
So that's something to be very proud of.
Not that we're, any type of fashionistas or, well, maybe you,
Excuse
Rob.
me.
Maybe
Thank
you,
you.
Rob.
Speak for
But
yourself.
Wes and I,
Yeah, we're not, but
that's not
Let me
us.
toss my hair for a second.
Toss.
Toss,
Um,
toss.
do you have a favorite Grammy outfit?
let's hear it, Rob. What's your favorite?
Grammy outfit? Yes. My, can I say tetas?
Go for it.
Okay. It's in Spanish, so it's okay. My favorite outfit, one of my favorite outfits that Gloria's ever worn, period, was I don't remember the year. It might have been Grammys 2000, 2001, or 1999. It was around that era. It was when I think Shakira won for the MTV Unplugged album, and Gloria gave her that award, where Gloria showed up to the Grammys in that sort of faux revealing, but not revealing outfit that she also wore for the Out of Nowhere music video,
I knew
where
that.
she had just that little strip of fabric covering her teticas.
It was
And
pretty risque for her.
Yeah.
it was pretty risque for her. Like we know that it was like an illusion.
Yeah.
Like
And what a
I've learned
great
from
music.
RuPaul's Drag Race, an illusion. What an illusion is. But for fans to see Gloria in something this sort of out of nowhere was a revealing, exciting. Like, oh wow, look at Gloria. Party time. Okay. What about you all? What are your favorites?
I thought the Don't Want to Lose You, the look with like at that point in time, everybody was so used to her curly hair, and when she showed up and it was all, the straight hair look, and she just looks so classy in that outfit. That'd have to be my favorite.
I've got to say, just because it's iconic, Mi Tierra, when she performed Mi Tierra, I think that was a Dolce and Gabbana dress, I believe,
Wow.
the black one.
I mean, when in doubt, she does wear a lot of Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah,
So,
I think it was.
yeah.
We won't go into least favorites, but we know which one's her least favorite, though.
We do.
Do we?
Yeah, remember she mentions it all the time, how she wasn't comfortable in that one sleeve was long, the other sleeve was short. I think it was like a gold
yeah.
outfit.
Oh,
There's the
yeah.
skirt with the
That tight
leggings
thing.
under, which I think it's like super cute, but
Yeah, I think that was in 1989.
I think it was when she was nominated for Anything for You.
Yeah.
Is there a song that was never nominated that you feel should have won a Grammy?
Song or album?
We're gonna do both. Let's do both.
To me, I think Into the Light should have received some kind of whether it be a song, a single from that album, or the album itself. That was kind of a knock that Into the Light received no nominations.
Mm.
You all agree?
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I'm laughing because I was on Grammy.com trying to figure out what wasn't nominated because I don't know. I don't keep up
Well,
with
pick
these
something.
things.
I have a whole list here, so I can tell you.
Okay. So you can tell me if I'm wrong and it was already nominated. Great. Because to me, I think aside from Destiny, which we talk weekly, that Destiny is both of our favorite English album, but Destiny's like also older sister is Unwrapped to me, which in many cases a lot of people feel like it was her sort of magnum opus, which I agree with. Lyrically, musically, so out of the box, so interesting, so introspective. Was Unwrapped nominated for anything?
Unwrapped was not.
Okay, then that's
Well,
my
the album was not, but Oi was nominated.
okay. So here's two.
Yeah.
Unwrapped should have been nominated for something as a complete body of work, and Wrapped should have been nominated because we've talked many times off air, but we'll talk on air now about how exciting it was when we got that AOL first listen of the song Wrapped in
Yeah.
2003. There was no greater feeling than getting a new song, being a teenager and getting a new song, hearing it when you got home from school, and the fact that it was incredible. And then there was a music video that was also incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The entire Unwrapped album to me is something that's super special just because it feels like it is just ours. You know, it feels like
So good.
it didn't really get out there the way that it should have in
Yeah.
many ways. I don't know, it feels like the era that got away in a lot of cases, but an incredible album no matter what.
We have to do an episode on Unwrapped. It was so the
We will,
artwork,
definitely.
everything was just perfection.
It was. I have to co-sign as far as Destiny. Destiny that deserved all the all the awards.
Reach was nominated, but obviously we know it didn't win. But the album should have been nominated. Yep.
The album should have been nominated, and I would say any song from that album can be nominated for a Grammy. I would say between Steal Your Heart and the title track Destiny. Those two songs are just masterpieces.
Yep, I agree.
So we actually checked in with a few of our listeners and they shared their thoughts of what should have been nominated. So right now we are going to go to London.
My name is Antonio. I always thought Destiny deserved more recognition from the Academy and the public in general. I mean, it sold more than 1.6 million worldwide, and Reach was nominated for a Grammy Best Performance. But the album, it has such good lyrics and the orchestrations. I mean, the percussion and strings, and it has so many layers and details that I always thought that should have done much better. It has songs like Steal Your Heart, I'm Not Giving You Up, Path of the Right Love, and I mean, you can't skip a song in that album, and I thought it should have done way better. And Rich, of course, it was the song of the year for lots of us. So yeah, lots of love for Destiny.
Another Destiny.
I agree with him. You know, Destiny was not mainstream by any means,
Mm-hmm.
and it still received a lot of, sales. It was a great album that was not mainstream at all, and she should have been nominated for Album of the Year, in my opinion. Now, fast forward a couple years later, was Madonna's Ray of Light. I'm no knock to Madonna's Ray of Light. It was a great album. It was very non-mainstream as well, and she got a nod for that. So I'll agree with him. Destiny was really, really got dissed.
I think if we're going to learn anything from doing this podcast is that Destiny might be the most beloved of any album by fans. Like, it really feels special, something that they hold close to the chest. Because we've talked about Destiny 3 weeks in a row. So,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
whenever I've done polls as far as favorite albums or top 5, Destiny is always on the very top. It's always Destiny and the Gloria album.
And 2 albums that you should still listen to. Like, Shuffle's great, but 2 albums that you should still listen to, top to bottom.
Absolutely. There are no
Absolutely.
skips there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we're going to go to California.
Hello, my name is Angel Max Guerrero. My location is San Francisco, California. And the song I feel deserves a Grammy is Farolito off of Gloria's impeccable Abriendo Puertas album. My reasons for this is that I believe that lyrically and musically, that song is deserving of a Grammy, both Grammy and Latin Grammy. The instrumentation is absolutely divine. I wish there were an instrumental version for all of us to enjoy, since I can pick up that there are layers of instruments there. They're so beautiful and beautiful within the overall larger context and framework of this seasonal holiday album. So that is my nomination for a Grammy.
Angel Max being very official there. That is my nomination for a Grammy. Like he's talking
That's Angel Max.
You know what I will say? The song Farolito, I didn't realize what it was about until I was much older. And actually until this movie Canto came out and you see the scene where they do Dos Oruguitas, that scene takes place on Noche de Velitas, which is a traditional event that happens in Colombia on the 7th of December in order to commemorate the beginning of the Christmas season and the Immaculate Conception. It's a celebration that they do to sort of talk about faith and hope, and they light faroles and lanterns and candles all over Colombia. So the song actually skyrockets in Colombia every year because of that, because it is a almost like a Christmas carol that is particularly about this holiday. So I learned all of that much older than I should have.
Yeah, no, I didn't know any of that.
Exactly.
And to your point, last month they went straight to #1 in Colombia.
Spanish teacher. There you go.
There we go.
Now we're going to go to Spain with our very own Laura.
Hola, mi nombre es Laura y soy de Valencia, en España. Y para mí hay dos álbumes que considero deberían haber estado nominados a los Grammy. Uno es Destiny y el otro es Unwrapped. Para mí ambos representan a una Gloria más introspectiva, aunque tenga canciones más festivas como Party Time o Higher, pero son dos álbumes que hablan mucho de la superación, de la resiliencia, de cómo afrontar la vida en cierto modo. Y bueno, para mí fueron muy importantes en mi periodo adolescente y creo que les deberían haber dado un poco más de cariño en general.
So in this voice memo, Laura's talking about how the albums really impacted her as an adolescent because of how introspective they were, and the sort of lyrical content talking more about overcoming obstacles and finding yourself, having helped Laura a lot growing up, which we can all relate to. That's why there are two albums that we talked about so much.
And then our last listener from the UK, we have our dear friend Joe, and she wrote, Unwrapped deserved a Grammy. It is a deeply personal album of reflection. It displayed Gloria's raw emotion, telling her own story with its stripped-back acoustic sound. It holds a purity that none of her other albums have given before or since. That's beautifully said.
This is going to be a theme on our show. Unwrapped and Destiny are going to get their flowers come hell or high water because of Let It Loose. I'm telling you right now.
And I will say, before Destiny was released on vinyl, so many comments that I received, like, man, I would love Destiny on vinyl. Well, we got that, which is great. Unwrapped is another one, and obviously the Gloria reissue. But those three albums are for sure the most common, in my messages, like that people that would love to have. Just random people that, are non, hardcore like conga fans that from our group, which makes me happy, like that, to hear or see the messages, like they want Unwrapped on vinyl, which is awesome.
All right, so we could go on and on regarding every nomination and what we feel she deserves. But right now we're going to focus on making sure that she gets that win on February 1st. Fingers crossed, toes crossed. I'll be reaching out to my favorite Santero in Hialeah.
Oh my God. So with that in mind, we had a few ideas that we wanted to dive into for our final segment, which is Let It Loose. I'm going to do mine first, if that's okay with everybody.
Go for it.
Okay. So because I had to do so much research in order to let it loose today. I'm exhausted from how much I had to learn. Because my gripe is not with Gloria. It's not with, anything. It's with whoever the Grammy voters and the Grammy nominating committee were for the 29th annual Grammy Awards in 1987. Because there is no way on God's green earth that Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine should not have been nominated for Best New Artist that year. So we have to think about it for a second. Conga comes out in 1985, September. That's almost a Grammy cutoff for 1986, but Conga didn't become a big hit until about a year on the charts. Gloria said many times that it took about a year to rise to the top. That would be around 1986, which means that it would be under eligibility for Best New Artist, because an artist must have released at least 5 singles or 1 album and have achieved a breakthrough into the public consciousness during that eligibility year. So there is absolutely no reason why Glass Tiger, whoever the hell that is, new shoes with 2 O's and a Z, whoever the hell that is. Simply Red, I know Simply Red. Timbuk 3, whoever the hell that is.
That's a real thing.
Timbuk 3, that's the real thing.
Wow.
And the winner of Best New Artist 1987 was Bruce Hornsby and The Range. I'm going to tell you what, everything I just said sounds like I made it up. It sounds like ChatGPT made gibberish come out. I understand that, like, I was young or whatever, but none of those people, as far as my global consciousness is right now, none of those people are still making music 50 years into their career like Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine are. So there is absolutely no reason why Best New Artist 1987 shouldn't have included Miami Sound Machine and shouldn't have been awarded to Miami Sound Machine. And that is my Let It Loose.
Tell me how you really feel.
Very good.
I'm hot.
Yes.
You're like red right now. Oh. I wish the listeners could see what we're seeing right now.
I'm angry about it.
Well, my Let It Loose is not going to be as intense as yours, Rob. After the drop of our first episode, Gloria sent us a pretty cool video. She was at home and she shared her thoughts on the first episode, and it was just something cool to receive. But what I thought was hilarious is she's praising the episode, praising us right in front of her Grammy shelf that had like 20 million Grammys between her and Emilio, and she's like, and I'm here in front of my Grammys. Yes, look at all my Grammys. I thought that was the cutest thing. And the other thing, awesome. Yeah, that was super cute. And the other thing that I wanted to share was, at this point, Gloria could release an album of her reading a grocery list, and we'd still be like, she deserves a Grammy for that performance.
Absolutely.
Wes, do you have anything?
I kind of covered mine with the Grammy snub with Destiny. How I pointed out that Destiny was not mainstream by any means. And I feel that album should have 100% got a nomination for Album of the Year. And 2 years later, like I mentioned, with how Madonna's album was one Album of the Year, and it was very non-mainstream. So it's kind of a slap in the face, in my opinion. Destiny should have received more than what it did.
Amen.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Thank you again so much to everybody for listening. Let's keep our fingers crossed and send Gloria so much love leading into this Sunday's Grammy Awards. If you're listening in the future and Gloria already won, congrats. She deserved it. It's no competition.
That's right. That's right.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, give us 5 stars, give us a rating. All those little things that you think don't matter so much when we're just getting off the ground. We appreciate how much you've all reached out and how much fun you're having listening to our episodes. Let's keep the conversation going all over social media. Until next time, thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Let It Loose, a Gloria Este-FAN podcast. Let It Loose was produced by Carlos, Rob, and Wes, edited by Cintiana, and graphics were designed by Laura. Thank you to Gloria for bringing us all together. Subscribe, rate, and share the love, and join us next week for a brand new episode.